Welcome back to another episode of the His and Hers of Truth podcast.
Yes.
My name is Tuan. This is my lovely wife.
Sim, great seeing everyone again. It's like, catch your time.
You know, it is
It's
a
live.
Tuesday, honey. So we're kind of, obviously still
Yep.
trying to play catch up, guys. We've been
Yes.
crazy busy with the holidays and everything like that. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, when you're here, do us a huge favor, right? Subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
We're trying to hit 1,500 subscribers by the end of the year. I think we're, we can definitely do it, guys, because we're literally only like 100 subscribers away, I think, something like that.
You
So,
guys can do it. I know. Show us some love. I know you guys are tuning in. We have a lot of people watching and viewing. Let's not be in.
Yeah, no shadow watching anymore, right? And then also, guys, obviously, smash that like button, turn on your notification bell. Speaking of notifications, we are going to be having a live for sure this Sunday, guys, at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So, guys, check that out because we're going to be having another guest on the show, an Asian brother that's going to be talking about business and obviously how to get your guys' financial status up, right?
Awesome.
So, always trying to do things, guys, here to hopefully help you guys improve out there to get better results. And then, of course, we're going to be reacting to your comments and answering your questions on that live as well, too, including past questions and comments. So please make sure to have your questions and comments ready for that day, okay? And then lastly, guys, obviously watch this whole video. We're going to be reacting to a short today from the Amped Asia podcast. And guys, go subscribe to this channel. Obviously, Chang Nation, right, that we've reacted to a couple of his videos. He's part of this channel as well now, too.
Yep.
I think they're big, based out of Vegas vibes. But anyways, yeah, go support another Asian brother doing their thing. Okay, guys? So, guys, let's see. The title of this video is kind of interesting, is She Prefers Asian Men.
Okay.
All right, so
There
let's
we go.
begin.
So is your preference like usually Asians or okay?
I
that's a
used
small
to date white guys. Like, I think all Asian Americans go down this, I'm tired of being around Asians all the time. Like, I want a white guy. Like, because you want the satisfaction of knowing a Caucasian person finds you attractive. Because back in the
Right.
day, like, Asians were not attractive. So that was my whole thing. If I can get a white guy, oh my God, I feel so pretty. When I was younger. Now I'm like, no, we're not gonna. I need an Asian guy because this is, for me, how I want to raise a family, what kind of life.
Okay, so real quick, let's react to that because I feel.
Okay.
Anyways, I know this is a little
little
bit
cap.
misleading. But anyways, this is my thoughts. But honey, what do you think? She said that she used to date a lot of white guys,
White guys.
right? And one of the reasons why she said she used to date white guys is because she needed to be validated that she was attractive to Caucasian men, right?
Okay.
So what do you think about that? And then also the other reason she said too was because, growing up, I guess, they're, God, what did she say? She said something about where like not only did Caucasian, she wanted this validation from Caucasian men.
You want to feel attracted towards them. And
But there was something else
that
that
she dreamed of dating a Caucasian man to be validated, to be accepted in, by the Caucasian men.
Okay.
But I think going through dating the Caucasian men, hey, they're not putting the ring on her finger, and she wanted later on to have a family, and these Caucasian men aren't trying to be committed to her. So because we don't know what's going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but let's be honest, right? Like, I'm curious on her not only ethnicity, which is fine, but obviously Asian, right? She's some type of Asian, but I'm curious on where her locality was, right? Because as we know from stats, guys, right? As we know from stats, Asian women are the most desired on dating apps.
Yeah.
They're most preferred, right? This is not even an opinion. So where did she live that she had to get validation that as an Asian, she wasn't attractive? Unless she wasn't that good looking growing up. I mean, she's not like super good looking now,
but she's not
like
either.
ugly. And
Yeah.
compared to most, obviously, we know American women are overweight now. I mean, she's still fairly slim compared to, like, I guess you would call the average Asian woman. American woman.
Yeah.
So, and she's fairly okay looking, right? So my point is, where did she live that she needed validation that she wasn't pretty, right? Because to me, that's like the things that she was saying. I guess what I'm trying to say is it sounds like what an Asian dude would say.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to tell you guys out there, right? So like Asian dudes, we're the ones that's always like looked at like, hey man, are we really attractive? Because there's only white dudes on actors, right? There's black guys acting. There's no Asian positive sex role model for
They're
us
starting
to.
to. They're They're starting to.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I know there's like, obviously,
You know, the zombie movie.
Lou.
Oh, yeah.
I know like there's a couple. This is what I'm trying to say. There's so little of them that I don't have the name right on top of my head.
Yeah.
But I know obviously with the new Marvel movie, and I know with some of like the Crazy Rich Asians,
yeah.
there's some up and coming guys. But let's be honest, they're not like household names.
Yeah.
They're not like these like Brad Pitt. They're not freaking Idris Elba. They're not like these names that you can automatically pop up in your head as leading men in Hollywood, right? So that's what I was trying to say. Like, what the hell? Like, this is like, she sounds like an Asian guy is what I'm trying to tell you. So why would she need to approach dudes, right? Dudes are going to be hitting you up all the dang time.
Yeah.
So I think that's a little bit of cap.
I just said cap.
Or it's just maybe that's just what she thought about herself because maybe she didn't put herself in the social circle to get hit on,
If I want to live, then I need an Asian guy because
Right.
When did you make that realization? Was it recently or mid-20s?
After one of my exes, the last white guy I dated, I was like, no more. He was very big on Donald Trump. And it was when he became president, so he became very bold at how he felt about COVID and things like that. And so I was like, absolutely not.
Oh, like your ex started saying stuff? Oh.
Yeah, absolutely not. Because then you think, like, if you're put in a position with his family, how can you stand up for yourself? And
So is your preference like usually Asians
I
or?
want to hear this
Okay.
again.
I
that's a
used
small
to
pool.
date white guys. Like, I think all Asian Americans go down this, I'm tired of being around Asians all the time. Like, I want a white guy. Like, because you want the satisfaction of knowing a Caucasian.
No, she wants a wussy white guy. Okay, she doesn't want a bold dude, white guy that stands up for himself and what he believes in. Okay, I'm sorry to say. She wants a wuss that she can control in the palms of her hand and say, you know what? I agree with every shit that you say. Okay? She wants a guy that's a wuss. Okay, now she wants to go back to the Asian guy. Supposedly he's a wuss that she can probably control. And now I'll use the word terminology. Oh, I want to, settle down and have a family with. No, she wants someone who's a wuss. And here, her last man speaks up about Trump or whatever else and can, stand for his rights, his thoughts, and stand by his, decision. She doesn't want that. She wants a guy who's a wuss.
No. So
in a way. Political,
I know. I get the picture now. I 100%. Now I had to hear that first part again. And her reasoning for dating white guys, besides wanting supposedly the validation from white guys or Caucasian, was that she was hanging around with Asian dudes or Asian people all the time. So guys, this is going to be a great learning lesson. So think about it. She was hanging around with all these Asian people, which means we're talking about dating now. So it means Asian guys. And she found none of them attractive enough to date. So what did I tell you guys? Guys, Asian men, we are not, unfortunately, high value yet. I know it pains me to say this, and I know it pains you guys viewing for me to say this all the time. But this is what our Asian sisters are constantly telling us, right? And especially, obviously, westernized, Americanized Asian women, right? Compared to the other ethnicities and specifically white guys, I hate to say it, white guys are still the most sought after ethnicity on dating apps as well too. I get it. Black guys are getting up there. Hispanic guys, Latin lovers are getting up there, but it's still white guys are still the primary one. And I know it hits home really hard when it's our Asian sisters that are primarily wanting them. Okay. But my point is that they're higher value than us. So this is the lesson though, okay? The reason why she doesn't want to date white guys anymore is because she herself is not qualified enough for a top tier white guy. And so her excuse, right? Her excuse to why she broke up with her last ex or why, they left or it didn't work out is because, well, he was so Republican / this political thing, right? It's like saying, oh, he was a racist without calling him a racist. Let's be honest, right? So that's my whole point. But that's the thing, the excuse that women will use because they're not taking accountability. And of course, they're not trying to really point out the real reason, which is that white guy was not high value enough for her to stick around.
Yep.
Because if he was toxic, I know women throw these terms out all the time, toxic, manipulative, but if he was a freaking 6'4" Chad, hung like a horse, made $6 million a freaking year,
She isn't gonna
she doesn't
leave.
give a damn. Go talk about Trump, go freaking talk about Black Lives Matter, all the hell you want. I don't really
Nope.
give a damn. You're dicking me good and you're paying all my bills. I'll shut the hell up, right? So the point is, she looked at what she was able to get, which was initially all these low-value Asian guys.
Yep.
So my Asian brothers, we have to level up. I keep reminding you guys that. So cool. I'm all around all these, stereotypical low-value Asian men. So you know what? I'm going to jump to the white guy, as always, right? Stereotypical Asian woman move, right? Western Asian woman move. Well, unfortunately, she wasn't high value enough to get this top
Like I said,
tier
for
white
him
guy.
to even put a ring on her finger.
Exactly.
So she has to find faults in his political belief in him.
Well, she had to kind of,
find
unfortunately, settle on certain things. And unfortunately, she had to kind of settle with a beta dude because, guys, let's translate all the information. Until Trump got elected and Trump was obviously speaking out, this guy obviously thought this way. It wasn't like all of a sudden Trump changed his mind per se. He obviously already had these political thoughts in his head already. It was just
In
now
place.
I have this president, now I have this leader that's telling it. So you know what? I'm going to stand up too and say the same thing. So this guy was already saying, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. He was such a bitch to begin with that she didn't know that. He never said these things to her, meaning that when they were actually having conversations and getting to know each other, he never told her up front that, hey, this is the type of guy I am. I'm a Republican. I believe in these things. I believe in freaking these issues, right? So in essence, he
was suppressed.
He hid these things so that way he could bang her, right? He could freaking have sex with her.
Or just to be part of her group. To
Yeah,
fill in.
exactly,
To
to
feel
fit in.
accepted, to fit in.
Now, would an alpha dude actually do that? Or
No.
you just say, hey, you know what? You have your opinion. I have my opinion, but I believe in these ideas. I believe in these issues, right? If you were a true freaking alpha dude or just a confident guy, you just say, I believe in these things. Screw your opinion. We can agree to disagree. You can say all those things, right? And you can take it or leave it. But that's the point. He was a beta dude to begin with. So she's like, man, I thought I was with this guy. And now I totally 180'd. He
That's
totally
why.
180'd, right?
He wanted a wuss, and finally he spoke up for what his belief, and he was in a shell, and finally he broke free, and she didn't like that. So there you go. If you
Correct.
don't want to be a wuss or whatever else, gentlemen out there, you need to be straight up, straightforward, and be the alpha. Get better, level up.
Two quick lessons before we move on to the last point, which is one, hey guys, if you're just gonna freaking play the game to get sexy with women, I'm not hating on you guys, right? Sell them a dream, right?
No.
Shout out to Fresh from Fresh and Fit, right? Sell them a dream, do what you need, but obviously long term, this isn't gonna work out, right? Because you're selling them one thing that's not who you really are. It's gonna only be a matter of time before
It's never gonna work out.
Exactly. It's only gonna be a matter of time before she if you guys do commit, what, you're gonna play this lie your whole freaking life? Raise your kids a freaking Democrat when you're actually a Republican?
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna work out. But hey, good on you, player. You got the freaking sex and you played it as long as you could, right? The second thing, obviously, I just said, if you can get high value enough and you can set it to her up front and she's still with you, that's really the way to do it, right? Because that means she's following your lead. You're like, hey, girl, I'm the freaking this high value man. I told you how it is. Okay, you're still with me? And shut up and put up, right? That's how it is. Okay. The last thing I wanted to say was that now she wants to jump back to Asian dudes. So what do you think about that, honey? What does that tell you about her?
Oh God, she's not a keeper. Trust me, guys. You're gonna get messed up because she doesn't look like the type to be that committed, and just the way her attitude is and everything else, she is still not gonna be happy. Even if she went with an Asian dude, she probably wants some simp. Some guy's a beta dude where she can just like smack you around. And then if you don't, believe in what she believes, you don't, hop and do what she tells you to do, she's not going to be happy. She's that type of girl who's never going to be happy. Yeah. Even if she gets a millionaire man who's up there, she's still not going to be happy. She's the type of person who's never going to be satisfied, always finding something to complain about. So,
well, that could be true, guys. That could be true, but this is the lesson, right? She told you she's a 304 without telling you that she's a 304. Guys, you guys got to pick up these cues, how women act, how women react, right? Her reasoning to want an Asian dude now is no different than every 304 that you hear on these channels. And they say, oh, well, you know, I'm done with that life now. So I'm trying to find a man who wants me for who I am and understands my past and is emotionally stable and emotionally aware that, you know, they'll put up with my past, right?
No, girl, the alpha men don't want you, nor want to put a ring on your finger or want you as a wife. That is why you've been rejected many times.
So my Asian brother, the fact that she wants to go back to Asian men, what does that tell you that she thinks about Asian men? She thinks that all of you guys are betas. She's saying, well, you know what? No alpha white guy is going, or, you know, for that matter, no alpha Asian guy is going to be with me, because she didn't say that specifically, but just the fact that she said that she wants to get back with Asian men, she already realizes that Asian men are lower value. She's saying, you know what? I've been ran through by all these freaking white guys. They're freaking toxic. And you know what? I did it and it was a mistake. And so now I'll just settle for one of you guys. You guys are nice. You guys will put up with what I've been able to do. Yeah, so what I've been ran through, but you know, you guys will take me back even though I freaking have this high body count.
Probably 200 or so.
I'm going to have all these high demands now because I was with these other guys and they were giving me this. They were doing this for me. And now I'm going to have all these demands for you. But you know what? You're going to shut up and put up because you're an Asian man and you deserve me. Like you don't even deserve me, right?
You guys don't deserve a hoe. A hoe is never going to turn to a great housewife. Trust me.
Yeah.
So
a girl like this,
find other people.
A girl like this, and unfortunately, this is what's going to happen to a lot of our Asian sisters. And guys, it's just human nature. It's just women nature. And of course, it's now, what is being perpetuated in Western society, right? It's kind of what is our current culture. But this is only going to happen more and more because they're Asian women and they have the high value in terms of just their obviously cultural stereotypes, right? Being feminine, being thin, being cutesy, whatever thing, right? Like being demanded, right? So you're a highly demanded product. You're going to get freaking offers from all the different ethnicities. And because you think Asian men are low value, which we are, guys, I guess I hate to say it, but in general, we are.
Well, if you think you are, but I don't think you are. If you made it, you worked hard, you're up there, you're leveling it up, you are not low value. If you've
earned it, you're not low value. But we're talking about in generalities here, right? In general, that's the reason why black women are the least desired women, right? Because they're the highest weight, they're the most attitude, right? They're the least feminine. So Asian men, we're the shortest.
Level up.
Right? Yeah, that lesson is always going to be in place. But my lesson to you guys is, don't take these type of women back, right? Go and level yourself up so that way you can secure these women before they get ran through by all these white guys, right? If we're, guys, think about it. As Asian men, if we're constantly around Asian women, which we are because of by just default, right? Whether that's family functions, whether that's social functions, right? Why are we not being the first option for our Asian sisters? You got to tell yourself that. Why are they looking to other ethnicities, right? And don't just look at it from the standpoint of because they hate Asians and they have this self-hatred. Guys, women are women. They want the best option. So if you want better results for our Asian community, you want better results for yourself before this Asian sister, unfortunately, already went down the wrong path, be her first option before she chooses the other path.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then guys, with that, you'll get other options as well too, right? You'll get white girls, black girls, you get all the options, right? Because any high value man is going to have options. All right. So guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Check you guys next time.
Bye.
Join us as we give you guys a glimpse into our lives, give you guys advice, hopefully give you guys entertainment value as well too, and provide you guys better outcomes.
Yes.